to fix our minds on Him. And this concept is repeated throughout Bhagavad-gita. More than a few. Repeatedly, Krishna says, fix your mind on me. Fix your mind. How do we do that? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. While contemplating the objects of the senses, a person develops attachment. That's where it all starts. You see it, you think about it, and as you do so, that's why they make those commercials on TV so attractive. They make it so attractive that you become, oh. That's why at this time of the year, don't let your kids watch TV, because all they're going to do is see toys, this, that. And as soon as they see it, Mommy, I want this for Christmas. Yes, and this is where it starts, contemplating the objects. And from such attachment, lust develops. But lust will actually turn into frustration, axiomatic truth. In 3rd chapter of Bhagavad-gita, Krishna says, you must necessarily become frustrated when you try to satisfy your lust. And when that happens, anger. And when you become angry, you become deluded, completely deluded. And when you become deluded, you lose memory, your good consciousness. And once your intelligence is lost, then you're falling down deeper into the material pool. Therefore, O mighty armed, one whose senses are restrained from their objects is certainly of steady intelligence. Perform your prescribed duty, for doing so is better than not working. Everybody has a prescribed duty. Your prescribed duty, obey your mother and father, even though you don't want to. That's your prescribed duty. Wives' prescribed duties, Krishna said the night of the Rasa dance, take care of the children, serve the husband. Husband's duty, protect and maintain the family. The very name father means protector and maintainer. Everybody say, Janardana. That name has different meanings. One is the maintainer, the protector. So the father is supposed to be a representative of Janardana. So theme that's repeated throughout Bhagavad-gita, do your prescribed duty. What's my prescribed duty? Obey my wife. And follow the instructions of my spiritual master. So what do I have to do? Every day I have to chant this Hari Nam. Every day I have to study the words of my spiritual master so that I can do these fantastic programs. How do you think I got so good? I got good because I study every day. Then somebody comes with a question. No problem. Next. But you have to know the material. Perform your prescribed duty, for doing so is better than not working. One cannot even maintain the physical body without work. So some people think, oh, Krishna can't, like I had a boss once. And when he found out I was a devotee, he said, oh, all you guys do in the temple is just chant and mumble some prayers. I said, you have no idea. You wouldn't last one day in the temple. You think all we do is mumble all day? Anyone who's you've lived in the temple, right? Yes. You get up early and you're working, not just haribol and not just eating. You have hard work to do. And that's how you keep your body stout and strong. The devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sins because they eat food which is first offered for sacrifice. That's what we do. At some point, we will have a pujari, and the pujari will offer the nice feast that we have, not me, that Tejal has prepared for Krishna, with a few new items just now coming, right on cue. But before we eat, we first offer the food as sacrifice. Sacrifice means to do something for someone else. That's what sacrifice. That's actually what is householder life. You sacrifice for Krishna, you sacrifice for the family. That's what householder life is. It's simply sacrifice. Those who prepare food for personal sense enjoyment verily eat only sin. So first we offer to Krishna, then we take prasad. I don't do these programs unless there's prasad. Even a person of knowledge acts according to their own nature, for everyone follows the nature acquired from the three modes. What can repression accomplish? All of us, each and every one of us, has a particular nature. That nature you have cultivated throughout millions of lives. So again, if you don't like your life, don't blame anybody. Look in the mirror. I created this. Now let me rectify it. Let me change it. How? By following Bhagavad-gita, by chanting Hare Krishna. So you have a nature. Nothing. I have a particular nature. I like to sing, I like to talk, I like to eat. So what do? I do that all for Krishna. So you have nature. Use your nature to serve Krishna. Don't deny your nature, but do it for Krishna. Even one time, say somebody wants to gamble. All right, take the biggest gamble. Become a devotee of Krishna. That's the biggest gamble. Go on the street like this. Gamble. See what happens. So, anything you want to do, whatever your nature, make money for Krishna. Salesman. You want to be a salesman? Be Krishna's salesman. Artist. Paint for Krishna. Sing for Krishna. Thus, knowing oneself to be transcendental to the material senses, mind and intelligence, one should steady the mind by deliberate spiritual intelligence, and thus by spiritual strength conquer this insatiable enemy known as lust. According to Bhagavad-gita, lust is public enemy number 1. What is lust? I want to enjoy this material world to the fullest extent. That is lust. Ravana. You want somebody who is lust personified? Ravana. So, how to conquer this lust? Krishna is saying here, spiritual strength. First, you have to understand, I'm not my senses. My senses may be dictating. That's not me. I'm higher than my senses. And to do that, I must have intelligence. But I'm higher than the intelligence. I am spirit soul. Therefore, Krishna's first instruction was on this point. You are not your body. You are not your mind. You are eternal spirit soul. Act on that platform. As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pritha. So here, the key to success. Whatever it is you want in life, go to Krishna. You go to Krishna, and as you surrender to Him, He will reciprocate. I have practical experience. I was in Vrindavan, 1988, and I prayed to Krishna, Krishna, this feeling I have in Vrindavan, I had to spend so much money, 20 hours on the airplane. Now I have this nice feeling in Vrindavan. So I said to Krishna, I want this same feeling all the time, not have to come to Vrindavan. It took 7 years, but after 7 years, Krishna fulfilled that desire. I am living proof that if you surrender to Krishna, He will reciprocate. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. So yes, how to know who is the spiritual master? The spiritual master is the external representation of Krishna in your heart. So when you're looking for a spiritual master, you're looking for that person who represents Krishna who lives in your heart. For me, it was easy. Srila Prabhupada was so easy to see. Here is a representative, a true representative of God. Even if you are considered to be the most sinful of all sinners, when you are situated in the boat of transcendental knowledge, you will be able to cross over the ocean of miseries. This is something I also know very well. There will be so many upheavals in life, tragedy, sorrow. The only way you will rise above it is if you have real transcendental knowledge. And when those calamities happen, then you will know how much spiritual progress you have actually made. Classic example. You're driving your car, somebody cuts you off, what comes out of your mouth? What words come out? That tells you how spiritually advanced you are. If somebody cuts you off and you say, Hare Krishna, you know you've done good. But if it's something else, you got work to do. So transcendental knowledge, that's why we read Bhagavad-gita. It is the first book of transcendental knowledge. Read Bhagavad-gita and become so filled up with transcendental knowledge. Therefore, the doubts which have arisen in your heart out of ignorance should be slashed by the weapon of knowledge. So knowledge is a weapon. All you kids are going to school. Hopefully you're getting some knowledge. And then you're going to go to college. Be careful. Don't lose your transcendental knowledge. I know many examples. Nice young child, fully fixed up in spiritual knowledge, but they went to college and that nasty college brainwashed them and they became atheists. I know examples. Personally, I know them. So be careful. Be careful. Stick to your culture of Krishna consciousness. Don't reject it. And learn this transcendental knowledge. Yes, go to college, get a good education, get a job, but not at the expense of your faith in God. Even the Christian Bible says that. What profiteth a man if he gain the world but lose the immortal soul? So when we become influenced by atheism and gross materialism, we're killing the soul. So you must stay fixed up. You must stay connected, side by side. Yes, you study, and at the same time, you must pursue your transcendental knowledge. Parents, they're not going to learn transcendental knowledge in high school and college. Not here in America. No. So it's up to you. Keep teaching them their spiritual heritage. Okay? Don't let them just fly off. And then they come back and you wonder what happened. Your child all of a sudden starts talking like somebody you don't know. Yes. Stay connected to Bhagavad-gita. Armed with yoga, stand and fight. We are fighting ignorance, atheism, gross materialism. That's what we're fighting. The Supreme Lord does not assume anyone's sinful or pious activities. You can't blame God. You made the choice. You can't make a bad decision and blame God. Hey, God, why did you make me do this? No, God didn't make you do anything. You have free will. You made certain. I remember one time after a program speaking with one man. So I was asking him, so you're now old man now. When are you going to surrender to Krishna? He goes, well, when Krishna makes me. I said, it doesn't work that way. You have to make a conscious decision. Because if you're waiting and waiting and waiting, Amaraj will say, come with me.